G'day grass cutters. I'm doing a 2-week review on the Darwin Grip by Ballard. It's an American company, Ballard Innovative Products, I think they're called. The supplier here in Australia is CatchPro. Great products they supply. I've bought a few things off them, including my CatchPro catcher, the Equipment Defender rack, which is a Ballard product as well, I believe, and this bad boy. And I thought I'd do a 2-week review on it, just to let people know pros and cons. So the first thing I noticed was it definitely took some getting used to. This thing, just the angle of the trimmer, and learning how to reposition the body. But after I got used to the different angle that I had to hold the trimmer on, and once I tweaked it a couple of times and worked out exactly which angle I wanted the arm on, because this will move backwards and forwards with this little pin here. You unwind that and you can move this to whichever angle is comfortable for you. Now, as well as that, there's also the main bracket which holds it onto the trimmer. Now that you can actually turn it this way on the trimmer. Now the reason why that's very important, I found, for me, is I don't have it dead center. So you can see that's straight on. I have it off to an angle. The reason why I do that is it gives me a more comfortable feel. If it was straight over the top, I'd be holding it like this, and it feels uncomfortable. It feels like I'm reaching over with this lead arm. But when I tilt it to the side a bit, I can just hang off it, kind of like the bull horns you get on the big commercial ones you see with the council and stuff hanging off. So ergonomically, this thing is absolutely spectacular. I do a lot of large properties, up to 4 acres, and the lower back pain that you would get, that everyone in lawn care understands, if you're doing a large property, sometimes you stand up after trimming and you sort of, you have to lean back and and uncrook your back. This thing here, this bad boy, you can reach in, and get things further away, a lot further away, probably an extra 2 or 3 feet than what I could normally do. So under some really low hanging branches and things like that, this has been spot on. And it's all in all just way better for the body, and you can feel it. Your forearms do take some getting used to, but literally that was about 2 or 3 days, and the muscles kicked in and knew what they were doing, and the body followed from there. So the cons that this thing has got there's not many at all, but one, if I had to pick, is where you tighten this on. You've really got to give it some muscle and tighten it quite tight. And for the first few days, I was having to tighten it. Every time I grab it out, there'd be like a little bit of movement there where I just had to keep tightening that. But once I manned up a little bit and really tightened it up, it hasn't moved since then. In saying that, I didn't want to tighten it too much, just because of the material that this is made of. It's really lightweight, and I didn't want to crack it, because I saw a couple of videos on YouTube where people were cracking just down the center here when they were tightening these Allen keys too tight on a fatter shaft. It was trying to wrap around it, and it actually cracked straight down the middle. So I was a bit wary of that, because it's not made out of hardened steel or anything. It's just a cast alloy, and that's why it's so light and so great. It literally doesn't add like any extra weight to your trimmer. You wouldn't even know that it's on there. The other downside, unfortunately, some people might not have a lot of room if they've got a side-mounted toolbox like I do on my trailer. I've got one of these Jim's mowing style trailers, and when I stick this in here, I've got you can see this isn't where I have it angled. I've actually got it a bit lower so it does fit under there, but if someone's more comfortable or taller than I am, they're going to find it hard to fit it into their toolbox because the handle's going to stick up. But you know, some things aren't meant to be. You know, not everything's going to be for everybody, depending on what trailer setup they've got. But you know, I'm a Jim's mowing guy, so I've got one of these sort of trailers. But a lot of you guys, independent with open air trailers and things like that, you're not going to have that issue at all. And also, in saying that, it's just as quick as giving that a twist and folding it down, and it's slimline. And then when you pull it out, you pop it back up, tighten it up, away you go. What's that? 5 seconds, something like that. So, what else? I think that's about the only other con that I've really got for it. Other than that, it's been really good. I haven't even thought about taking it off since I put it on. After that initial 2 or 3 days of getting used to it, I did a couple of large jobs, and since then I haven't looked back. If I'm being real picky, when I'm edging, I used to go from this, and you could literally just flip your trimmer up and start edging. With this, it's a little bit cumbersome, a little bit clumsier. You know, you've got to like sort of go like that, but I mean, it's still out of the way. You know, you're holding your trimmer, and you're doing an edge. It's out of the way. It's not anywhere near you, but it's just that initial flip over stage. You know, you flip it over and you sort of got to get out of the way as you do it. But that's it. So, Darwin Grip by Ballard Innovative Products, supplied by CatchPro, Brisbane company, local family-owned company by the looks of it. Really, really good guys, really good suppliers, and it looks like they're in stock quality products. So Darwin Grip, get around it. It's pretty awesome.